I suppose, Adrian, first and foremost, the first question I'd like to ask is, how were you first introduced to Martec?
Well, I'd known Ray previously, having worked together as sales execs way back in the day, and we both took our first steps into management together. And then obviously Ray went to work with Martec and with Ken, and I moved to a Ford business in London. And then Ray came with Ken to talk to me about doing some training.
And what kind of experiences were you having with Martec then? So did you essentially have the traditional sort of telephone booth in those days with the recording platform?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have that to start with, in our business, and the type of stuff we were getting involved with in terms of, recording conversations, the incoming telephone inquiries, and as you do when you go into a business, you're trying to get your arms around it and get some control over what's going on, and that's what we were utilising Martec for, using their technology, the tape recordings of the calls and the booths and the books, and just to gain some control.
When Martec came in and were doing consultancy with the sales team, did you see salespeople sort of grab hold of that and really drive their performance forward?
I think it drove the performance forward. When you, kind of back in the day, when you were dealing with salespeople that had been able to do pretty much what they wanted, it took them a while to get on board and understand that, us getting that level of detail in terms of how they were handling inquiries was a novelty, and not necessarily a novelty that they enjoyed from the outset, because clearly you're starting to measure their performance and help and coach them. But that was kind of early insights into getting proper recording of inquiries and inquiry management. And
you've presumably during your career since the earlier days, you've used Martec services in various other businesses as well, I think, haven't you, for specific requirements?
Yeah, specific projects. We had a very successful business and wanted to scale that up and replicate that sales process across a market area. And Ray came in and spent some time with us and understood a bit more about our unique idiosyncrasies and what made us successful. And
I think it's something very important you mentioned there about how the program is adjusted and flexed, and it weaves in the culture essentially of the business. Any training that we now do or deliver, it has to understand the DNA of that business, and without that inserted within the training, I don't think it has quite the same impact, does it?
No, and I think kind of with any change management process, the earlier you can get people involved in it, and the more input they get to that change, the easier it is to sell it to them, isn't it? And that's the kind of process we went through with Ray around that.
Thank you ever so much for your time. I know it's precious.
That's cool. It's fine. Absolutely fine.